Okay, I hope I don't regret this. Dread Empire swim cap. So a number of different companies make swim caps specifically designed to accommodate dreadlocks. This one by Dread Empire seems to be one of the most popular choices, and this specific one was sent out to me by dreadlab.co.uk. I've seen them before, but I've never had a chance to check them out for myself, so I was definitely intrigued. The design is kind of what you would expect. It's a rubber cap. It has a seam around the outside and it has an opening here for your head. It's black and it has a little logo with a dreadlock dude on it. The main use for this would be, I suppose, swimming, hence the name swim cap, but there'd be no reason why you couldn't use it for any situation where your dreadlocks would potentially be getting wet but you didn't want them to get wet. So I can also think of situations where you have like a shower head that's fixed in the ceiling and you want to shower but you don't want your dreadlocks to get wet. Waterproofing for dreadlocks. Now, I've not taken this thing swimming because I don't go swimming. Like, I can swim, I promise I can swim, but like, I don't swim. I don't have a reason or place to swim. If I lived somewhere really warm and nice, then I would go to the ocean, but like, I live in England and that's not happening. I guess another reason why I don't swim a lot is because dreadlocks aren't the most practical thing to swim with, but maybe something like this would help solve that. So the cap itself, I've found it's not really so easy to actually get it onto your head. The material is stretchy, but it's still kind of a tight fit, and because it's made of rubber, it kind of really rubs on your dreadlocks and on your hair, and so when you're trying to get it onto your head, it kind of pulls on all your hair at the same time. So the best ways that I've found to get this on would be to either tie your dreadlocks up into a bun on top of your head and then just bring this down over the whole lot at once. Or the best way that I've found would be to use like a soft covering between the dreadlocks and the cap, so the cap is not rubbing on the dreadlocks, and then it goes on a lot easier. So what I've been using is this like multifunctional headband from Super Dread, and that really makes it all work a lot better. The cap really is quite accommodating. Like, I have quite a lot of hair and it all fits in rather comfortably. In fact, if anything, it's, you know, quite tight around my forehead, but not really that tight on the dreadlocks. And actually, I mean, like, it's really quite tight around my forehead, so I haven't taken it swimming, but it's such a strong seal that I would not really worry about water getting up here. It's like enough work to get the blood to go to my brain. I kid, but you know, it's a pretty strong seal. I guess now we need to introduce it to some water, maybe? Okay, let's do this. So, the hat cap, what is it called? The swim cap, it's watertight. Like, I haven't swum underwater with it, but in the situations that I've tested it in, what you just saw and testing it in the shower, like, the hair is bone dry underneath, and it's not even like leaking underneath here because the seal is really strong. Pros and cons to the Dread Empire swim cap. Obviously, it does its job really well. It keeps the dreadlocks like completely dry when I'm wearing it. And while it might be a little bit tight around my forehead, it's otherwise not uncomfortable. It provides a much stronger seal than just like shower caps that I've used. I find swimming with dreadlocks to be rather impractical. Like, the dreadlocks get heavy when they soak up water, they drag behind you, they slop about, and while I haven't yet had a chance to check this out while swimming, I can already tell that because it's such a strong fit around the dreadlocks, even if it isn't completely watertight when you dive underwater, just because of the way that it holds the dreadlocks, I can already feel that it's going to be a lot more practical to swim than having individual dreads floating around in front of my face. It's like, look, I'm streamlined like a racing swimmer. On the downside, it is pretty tricky to get it on and off if you saw me put it on in the first place. Even more so if you don't have like a covering in between. In fact, it's pulled my covering off with it. Yeah, I would highly recommend getting something to go in between the swim cap and the dreadlocks if you're going to use the swim cap, because yeah, it pulls on the hair. This Super Dread headband makes it a whole lot easier to get it on and off. Anyway, Dread Empire swim cap. You can find it at dreadlab.co.uk. It's got some drawbacks and it might be a little bit overkill for just like showering, but if you're gonna be swimming with your dreads, this could definitely be something to consider, and I would recommend checking it out. Thanks to Dreadlab for sending out the swim cap. Thanks to you guys for watching. See you again for the next one. Farewell. Right.